afternoon. Where are you going to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in? This is another scene for Unmask Orlando, the vampire venue. This evening's scene is set at the home of the Nosferatu primogen, Vincent Lucchesi, where he and his protege are. Well, what would they be doing? Having dinner?
Sure, if dinner is blood.
He would have blood for Dominic, but Vincent does have the eat food merit,
Dominic does not.
as well as an acute sense of taste. So, aside from the letter you sent me following the incidents at the Elysium, anything else interesting happening?
I finished phase 1 of my project.
How did that go?
It's going very well.
Good, good. And he is in Mask. He is always in Mask. You've maybe seen him out of Mask possibly twice in the entire time you've known him.
Okay. Dominic, as always, is then covered head to toe, and as you see in the face claim. Seeing as how it has worked, if I explain to you how it works,
No, I don't think you have. Then again, I'm not great with all of the technology and things like that.
well, how I got it to work is the technical stuff, but it's actually really interesting because they've overlooked something very small.
Oh,
You understand the concept of interest.
of course.
So when people with their savings accounts and their checking accounts with interest, it's always a percentage, whether it be
Mhm.
0.5, 1, whatever. So when you increase an amount by a percentage, very rarely does it ever come up neatly in cents. So it might be $1.15, but it's actually $1, 0.1537, whatever, and continue on. And the
Yeah.
bank, and the bank just rounds down and then inserts it into your account. So in the case of the $1.15, what happens to the 1.15? What happens to the 3674? Whatever that string? Well, it used to just vanish. Now it doesn't vanish. That small, insignificant amount of money that's not even a full cent gets deposited into a series of bank accounts.
Hmm.
Now, when one person does it, you get fractions of pennies, but you insert this program into the system for, say, Wells Fargo, with millions upon millions of accounts. Then we start talking about real money.
He nods.
Thousands upon thousands of fractions of pennies daily.
I'm impressed.
So is phase 1 complete? I know it works. So I'm going to move on to another bank.
Just don't get caught.
What? Moi? I take it nice and slow.
Even the best can get caught. I'm just telling you, be cautious.
I am cautious. That's why it took me a month to get it to work. Once this second round goes through in about a month's time, I will be fairly set with whatever I would ever possibly need.
Good.
So, what carries over, I'm going to build a fund for the clan of the city.
That garners an appreciative nod. Almost seems like you're gunning for my job.
Well, you might move on to better things.
Very true.
But more importantly, it makes establish a nice little slush fund for the family.
That it does.
Naturally, the account would be under my control, but you being the primogen, between you and me, we'd ultimately have control of where that money goes. Establishing safe houses, greasing some palms, funding a candidate for city council, chief of police.
Don't mess with the police. He'll be stepping on Tremere toes.
Well, maybe we should be stepping on their toes a little bit.
The current chief of police is the ghoul of one of your Tremere friends. Conrad, I believe his name is.
Hmm, friends are important. But I'm just saying, friends are important. Not as important as family.
This is true.
It's just an example. We don't have to go after the police.
I think we could do just about anyone but them. City council is certainly a viable option.
The mayor, the city engineer. City engineer. All the permits for major construction has to go through the city engineer's office. So if new construction happens and we need a sewer entrance, it's not on any documents. Grease the palm with the city engineer. Grease the palm of the construction company. Then Bob's your uncle. We have a back door.
Indeed. It leaves plenty of options open. Don't be such a fuss. You're fine.
Anything new and juicy going on?
I've made the Primogen Council aware of some developments with the Sabbat
Hmm.
information I had thanks to some of our family who did some looking. It seems that while the right hand was busy dealing with a red lister, the left hand was off. Kieran, get off my lap. Building the Sabbat forces.
Hmm.
Now we're dealing with numbers in the several hundreds instead of 20s.
Wait, what, here?
He nods. We were so focused on the red lister that we were paying no mind to the Sabbat.
We had no word from the family from the other side of the fence.
Seems they weren't involved.
How do you move around people into a city and not involve the Nosferatu?
Because they're all just outside the city.
So we have hundreds of vampires hiding outside the city.
Seems like a primarily, from what I heard, primarily Zamitsi force. Clearly, baby did not like that.
Apparently not a fan of the Zamisi.
Apparently not. Go over to here. Here. Have an Applejack.
Well, the Tremere being influential in the police will be helpful. You can't have that many Sabbat and have things not go fucked up.
Exactly.
Missing persons. Gotta be an increase of assaults, break-ins, vandalism.
Mm-hmm. But yes, the Primogen Council has been warned.
Are they keeping it hush-hush from the rank and file?
I believe they are about to make some large announcement.
Hey, vampires of the city, we royally fucked up.
Uh, they weren't the only ones, it was all of us. We were all so busy with the red lister that we paid no attention to what the Sabbat were doing just outside our door. I myself am included in that.
Oh, you have been in bad Nosferatu.
You know I'm not your typical Nosferatu anyway.
So, what is the family doing about it?
We're the ones who discovered the problem in the first place. We also had one of ours figure out where the gargoyles are residing. So with any luck, that will also sort itself out.
Hmm, maybe. Maybe I can ask Katya if she can provide me some information on crimes outside the city.
Her influences with finance and, well, things you've been messing with.
Well, yeah, but the Tremere are more likely to give her information than me.
Very true. She is their primogen after all.
Mm-hmm. Just thinking, if you get a list of crime increasing, cross-reference that to the population density, because they're going to need a lot of people to feed from without being noticed. They're going to need abandoned structures to house that many people, usually with large basements, cemeteries, graveyards. Might be able to pinpoint some places they could possibly be hiding.
Oh, we have their location.
All of them?
Seems they built themselves a underground network underneath the lake.
Underneath, that seems very silly of them.
It does.
Like underneath the lake, underneath the lake, underneath the lake and to the side.
I guess with that many of them, both. Kieran, stop.
I mean, pop a couple of holes in the ceiling and flood the whole place out.
Yes, and then that just brings them running out. We don't need to breathe. Water's not going to do anything to us.
No, but if you get some trustworthy ghouls to do it during the day, can you imagine like a big geyser like coming up out of the water, spewing out Sabat during the day? a little chuckle out of me. Likes this pissing out burning vampires.
Indeed.
You're just humoring me, aren't you?
Possibly.
I'm just spitballing here. We're thinking. We're getting things out there. We're getting the juices flowing.
Well, go to this war meeting or whatever they're calling it.
Not another one. I didn't like it the first time.
I don't think any of us do.
This is all just deja vu. We kicked him out of the city once before. That was a pain in the ass.
Yes, it was. And now we get to do it again.
I don't wanna.
I don't think any of us do. Except maybe the Bruja.
Well, we do need our shock troops.
We like fighting.
Oh, good. They can do it all. And like before, I can just point them in a direction.
Frankly, I think between Brannon and his crazy girlfriend, they probably could take them all.
Well, there we go. Problem solved.
The problem will be getting them to do it.
Getting them to fight the Sabbat. I mean, that's in nobody's interest. They're
Getting them
taking
to
over.
do it all by themselves.
Lazy, lazy, lazy.
You're one to talk.
I'm doing my part. The way I see it, when you get into a confrontation, you have three possible outcomes, and two of them are bad. You can win. That's the only good scenario. You can lose and die, which is the worst scenario, or you can lose and fall into torpor. See? It's a 66% chance every time you get into a fight, something really bad's going to happen to you. And I do not like those odds.
But yes. So am I attending the war meeting, or are you going to?
I can go.
Okay. Tyrone will be in attendance as well, of course, but
Naturally.
since he generally acts as the prince's security. People almost expect to see him there now.
When you have the Sabbat just outside the doors, you should probably have a security detail on at all times.
And Tyrone is one of the best.
So if you're not going to this war meeting, does that mean I am the official Nosferatu representative at the meeting?
You are my protege. If I don't have to go, I'm not going to.
So, yes, I am the official Nosferatu representative.
Yes.
Awesome. I'll be sure to make that known to everybody.
Good. You are my protege, and that should be known.
And for some reason, the Primogen Council listens to me sometimes.
Sometimes. He smiles a little bit at that.
On occasion, I have good ideas.
With guidance.
Of course. I have a lot of ideas, and you just narrow the focus. So I've been thinking,
Hmm.
as your protege, though I appreciate the language, I was thinking of a title.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very progressive and a little ventruish, but hear me out. You don't have to groan, it's fine. Listen. You're the Primogen, and then when something happens that you don't want to do, you send me as the official Nosferatu representative. So, in essence, I am like your assistant. So, I could be like assistant Primogen.
He raises an eyebrow.
What do you think?
I am not calling you the assistant Primogen.
You don't have to, others do. I'm getting the feeling that you're not liking it immediately, but just think about it. Let it roll around your head for a little bit.
I don't
I
think the
mean,
baby likes it either.
we give rumor mongers titles. Harpies,
They also officially keep track of our boons.
so they're secretaries. They're gossiping secretaries.
No one
And
can ruin a kindred's reputation faster than an angry harpy.
they're bookkeeping secretaries. And instead of a Waller Cooler, it's Elysium. I, of course,
That's
would
how you
never
want
tell
to
them that.
think of them.
I'm not going to tell them that. That's crazy.
No, your reputation would be in shambles.
But I'm just saying, between you and me and the wall, they're gossiping secretaries around a water cooler. When you break them down into their basic form, they're like Cheryl from accounting.
I'll give it some thought.
See, it's starting to grow on you. Assistant Primogen, Dominic Fontaine.
I said I'll think about it.
I'm just trying it on. It sounds very official. I think it fits.
Okay, I'm gonna call the scene because he's just
Getting grumpy.
getting really grumpy now.
Okay.
And is, flopping all over me.
That's fine.
I'd rather not have him screaming on my kitty more than I have in my account as it is.
Sure.
He does that enough.
This is true.
But yes, he would leave him on the I will think about giving you an official title. We'll see.
That's all he asks, just to think about it.
And with that, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando. We'll see you next time.